Bonjour everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars. In the last episode, well, what happened? George and Nico met, finally, in her apartment at a proper little catch-up about the mystery at hand. We paid a visit to the costume shop and the police station, and also gave the tailor a phone call, which has led us here, to the Hotel Ubu, where the tailor dropped off the clown costume for a Monsieur Khan. We're after someone called Khan. Khan! Anyway, yeah, we stopped outside here. There's some shady looking people. Don't really want to talk to them, but I think we're probably going to have to. Before we do that though, let's have a little check down the back alley. Oh man, more back alleys. Poor George. That's where he's spending all of his time. Is there any clues back here? Anything to click on? Anything to select? Ooh, fishbone. Lovely. Doesn't actually seem like there's anything here yet. Can't search through the bins? No. Can't do anything. Okay, fine. I think we've just got to do it. We've got to bite the bullet. Talk to these guys. Let's look at them first.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot.
Yes. What about this one?
The guy looked just like a weasel.
I agree. That mustache is doing him no favours. Who do we talk to? Weasel or Bigfoot? Weasel or Bigfoot? Weasel or Bigfoot? Bigfoot.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Oh man, he even sounds like a Bigfoot. How much do I actually want to tell him? Is he in the army or something? What's this all about? Oh wait, no, we're in France. Never mind. Yeah, I don't really want to tell him too much. So maybe just the guy with the scar?
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
Oh man, this guy sounds like a proper henchman, doesn't he? That's a henchman voice if I've ever heard one.
You ever meet a guy called Plantar?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's.
Oh, George, you don't need to tell everyone everything. Can I pretend to be Inspector? No, I can't. Fine.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Snotty tissue time.
Do you recognize this tissue? Think carefully now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh!
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
Ooh!
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue with a liberal dump of Bestheimer's number 12.
If you say so.
Alright, this is getting us nowhere. I don't want to tell strangers about Bestheimer's face paint stuff. So, should we try and shock him? I don't think he'll like that. Or maybe he will. Maybe he'll find it really funny. The photo he's not going to recognise because he doesn't recognise the guy. Yeah, screw it. We're going to shock him.
Shake my hand.
Nah!
Oh, rats.
Why does no one want to shake our hand? What's wrong with our hand? Maybe it's a thing in France. They don't shake hands. I don't think that's true. I think I'm going to leave this for now.
See you later.
Not if you see me first.
I don't want to go through every single item with this guy. Probably the same to do with him as well, but he might say something different, perhaps.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Oh, ouch. That was a good one.
Have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No, that name means nothing to me.
Nothing, I tell you. Nothing. Is this guy Italian? I'm gonna take a guess.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and...
I told you, I don't know it.
Fine, shock you.
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
You know, that's very true. Now more than ever. Very, very wise to think that. Alright, fine. Screw these guys. Let's just go in. Oh my goodness. I mean, I said it looked nice on the outside, but I was not expecting this. Holy moly. Lady playing piano. Guy reading a newspaper. Okay, that's not as interesting. Gigantic chandelier. Nice little statue. Phone box. I don't want to interrupt her. Let's just take a look.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Why does this game hate the English? I thought, Yanks were meant to like the English. Although if she does look like Margaret Thatcher, then I'm going to have to agree.
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Oh, okay. Interesting. We can go upstairs if we want. And actually, the tailor did say it was it second door on the right, perhaps? Well, before that, let's talk to him. Let's talk to him.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have.
Oh, okay. Let's quickly move on.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England, Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Well, you know what? I mean, I've got some Marks and Spencer's jumpers, and they're pretty good. I mean, a lot of people like to complain, and Marks and Spencer's is very fuddy-duddy. It's for old people, not very stylish. I like boring clothes. All right, I like boring clothes. The jumpers are fine for me. They're soft. They're nice and warm. Okay, I'm gonna stop. He has good taste in pants, as he calls them. Or is it him who called him pants, probably, in trousers? Whatever. Let's shock him.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now, that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there.
We're going to get someone. We will get someone at some point. You wait. This is going to come in really handy.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective.
Oh, wow, okay. I was not expecting that. Since he just said he doesn't know anyone in Paris, so that was a lie. I will remember that.
What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Go on.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why we can still select these. I mean, I guess it could still be important, but we kind of know what all these are for now. That was for the sewer cover, the manhole cover. That's just the nose from the costume for the tailor bit, and that's just the yeah, we've already used all this. That was for the face paint, so we're done.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Goodbye to you too. Any update with this? Nope. Just about the Hotel Ubu. Love that name. Do we want to disrupt the lady? The Margaret Thatcher looking lady? Yes, we do. If it will let us.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George Stobbart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Oh my goodness, I love this lady. I don't care if she looks like a man in drag. She seems great. Let's talk about terrorists.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
So yeah, it turns out that picture way back, which he called terrorists, was just gangsters. And maybe they're fine. Maybe they're not up to no good. Maybe they're just chilling in Paris. Probably not, though.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Oh, Lady Piermont, you dirty dog, you. Oh.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Of course, she knows about Hemel Hempstead, yeah. That makes sense, actually. Now, I really don't want to shock her, but I might have to try this in a minute. Let's just finish this first.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
Can we play as her? She seems way more interesting than George.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
Oh, what a cliffhanger. Well, join us next time. No, not really. What happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobbart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Oh. Wait a minute. Who is she talking about?
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin? Did he have a big pointy hat by any chance? Oh, and that's it for that conversation. It's kind of a weird place to stop. Well, no, let's go with the photo first. Yeah, photo.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Right, well, the plot thickens. Let's shake her hand.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
Fine.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobbart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honour. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Oh my goodness, are we going to be joined by Lady Piermont? Is she going to be part of the team? Can I actually play as her? Probably not, but that would be sweet.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
I love how she's just taken this as, matter of fact, immediately. That the person she was toying with is a murderer. It's like, oh yeah. Good for her, though. Right, I'm not going to go into this sort of stuff. I don't care about that anymore. Get back to your piano. Now, what have we got updated in our notebook? Met the most fantastic and insane English woman, Lady Piermont. She recognised the photo of Khan, but said he claimed to be called Merlin. He's been lying to her, toying with her affections. Brave man. She's after revenge. Yeah, maybe he's a bit of a gold digger. Maybe he's going to murder her too, after she puts him in her will, or something like that. Anyway. Okay. Oh, I see a key there, and maybe that's the key to his. I don't know. Let's go talk to this guy. Oh, what's this first? Hang on.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel.
Is it going to let me look at this?
There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
All right, good to know. Room 22. Give me this key.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
No. Oh, how are we going to get the key then?
The clerk wore a disdainful expression like he'd been born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I want some information.
Who are you, the police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Whoa, what are you getting at there? Calm down.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
Can we just jump straight to the guy?
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
I already did.
Alors, you know I am telling the truth. May Saint Armand strike me down if I lie.
Why did he not just go straight to asking about Merlin? Maybe he will now.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his right cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I'd noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Okay, fine. I guess this just doesn't really connect to the conversation we had, but we will plough on. Let's try shaking his hand. No, let's try the safe first.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats.
Identification. What could we use for that? Maybe we have to go snoop around his room. Because none of these will work, really, will they? What about the key?
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
Could we get the room next to his? And then try and do something that way?
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Is that George's catchphrase? Rats.
Do you know a man named Plantow?
No, monsieur.
Okay, time to buzz.
Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, I mean, we could show him this photo, but to be honest, I think he's trying to hide something, right?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
It's Merlin, isn't it? Alias Khan, the clown.
I told you, I cannot tell you that.
Fine. Goodbye. So we can't get the room next to his. We can't get the key. Can we try and break in? I mean, they'll still let us go upstairs, which is good. So pretty, this hotel. My goodness, so ornate.
If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room. The sign on the door read 22.
Alright, is there anything on the floor? Nope, there's actually nothing to select apart from... Oh, wait a minute. There's that door, but not that one.
The sign on the door read 22. The door was locked.
Sacre bleu! No, I kind of expected that, actually.
The sign on the door read 21. The door was locked.
Alright, I think we need to get into room 21. Somehow. How am I going to do that, though? Let me check back with Lady Piermont, because she's great.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Oh, the key is an option.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, So you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Oh, here we go. Can I speak to your manager?
I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewellery for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Oh. Wow, look at that walk.
Over to you, my dear.
Oh, thank you, Lady Piermont. You're great. I'm gonna hang out with her after this case is closed. Okay, let's use the key on the door.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
All right. Wow. We just stole our way into a hotel room. Oh man, but look at the size of the TV. Pfft. Oh wait, this is meant to be 1996. No flat screen HD OLED. Not yet anyway. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We've reached the hotel room. Hopefully, I'm going to guess somewhere behind that big old bed might be a connecting door. So we can then find out what Merlin, it turns out, is up to. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.